Are you ready? We're going to start by showing you all the specs in 1 minute, just to get them out of the way. But let's get ready for the specs. This is one of the most impressive spec sheets you're going to see this year. And there's quite a few things worth calling out here. The OnePlus 6 comes with the latest Snapdragon 845 processor and the Adreno 630 GPU. It comes with up to 8 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB of storage. On the networking front, it now supports 4x4 MIMO and dual SIM. The screen, it's 6.28 inches, and the camera now has both OIS and EIS. We heard you loud and clear on the OIS part. It comes with 16 and 20 megapixel dual cameras, both with apertures of f1.7. The phone is also water resistant to daily risks of splashes and weather. And yes, there's still a headphone jack. Okay, so those are the specs. And now, this is the OnePlus 6. With the OnePlus 6, we focused on one thing above all else: speed. And the result? This is the fastest flagship experience OnePlus has ever created. So let's take a closer look. As you can see, the front is almost all screen. The OnePlus 6 features our largest display yet at 6.28 inches. The phone itself is almost the exact same size as our previous phones, and it remains just as easy to hold and to use. We haven't made the phone larger. We've just given you more screen. Also, the navigation bar can now be replaced with gesture control, freeing up even more space for an even cleaner look. Simply swipe up in the middle of the screen for home, or swipe up to the left or the right for back. All the features you love, like the front-facing camera, the earpiece, the ambient light sensor, the notifications LED, they're still all there. The volume rocker and SIM tray are on the left, and on the right, over the power button, and above it, the alert slider. In display terms, our goal with the OnePlus 6 was to offer you as much screen as possible without compromising any of the tech you love. And now to the design, which this time has involved some of our boldest and most ambitious work to date. The result represents a balance between simplicity, comfort, and quality. There's a simplicity to this design. It's clean and uncluttered, giving you as much screen as possible. The camera sits in the middle of the device for perfect symmetry. To ensure it's as comfortable to hold as possible, it has smoothly rounded corners and a gently curved back. And as for quality, the immaculate craftsmanship of the glass build adds elegance and smoothness to the design. You may be wondering why we've chosen to use glass this time. Well, on a practical level, glass has certain advantages over metal. It allows for better transmission of radio waves, so you get the best signal possible. And it's also much more malleable, allowing us to invent new ways to design and process it. We think ceramic phones are beautiful, and in 2015, we created one of the first ceramic phones in the world as a limited edition of the OnePlus X. The glass that we've used is Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which essentially gives your phone and armor. Our testing shows that the OnePlus 6 is just as resilient to being dropped as any of our previous phones. So first, let's talk about the hardware. At the heart of the OnePlus 6 is the Snapdragon 845 processor. This time, it's got up to 30% faster processing and graphics performance, while also being 10% more power efficient. It provides faster network connectivity than ever before, upgraded from 2x2 MIMO to 4x4 MIMO to give you a speed of up to 1 gigabit per second. The OnePlus 6 also comes with up to 8 gigabytes of RAM and up to 256 gigabytes of UFS 2.1 storage, the most we've ever offered. And of course, there's one of our most popular features, fast charging, giving you a day's power in just half an hour. OnePlus 6 also comes with Face Unlock, which takes only 0.4 seconds. You don't have to swipe. It takes you into the phone immediately. And people really loved this feature when we launched it on the OnePlus 5T. And this is what our friend Louis had to say about it.
I pointed towards you, nada. Bam! It's a thing!
Now, let's talk about the software. Frequent software updates are really important to our users. And at OnePlus, we've always made them a priority. Some of you might already know, the OnePlus 6 is one of the first devices in the world to get the Android P developer preview. We're really proud of this. So for all you developers or enthusiasts who want to test drive what's coming to Android later this year, you can download it from our website in the next couple of days. It's easy to add a lot of features and decorations to Android, but that's not what creates a satisfying user experience in the long run. Our users often describe OnePlus as pure Android. I think what they're referring to here is the fact that Oxygen OS isn't cluttered up with pre-installed apps and instead offers you a fast and smooth experience, where we give the processor more power for a brief moment when you're launching an app, making that app launch as fast as possible. We also have caching for frequently used apps. This is achieved by the phone identifying the apps used the most and then preloading parts of their resources to the RAM. And finally, overdraw reduction. Overdraw is when an app unnecessarily draws the same pixel multiple times within a single frame of rendering. We've solved this problem by now only drawing the layers on a page that are visible to the user. These are some of the things that we've done to give you a faster and smoother experience. However, it's not just about how your phone performs now. We really care about how it's going to perform in the long run. With mobile gaming becoming more popular, especially with graphic-intensive games like PUBG, it was crucial for us to nail the performance of these games on the OnePlus 6. When you're playing a competitive game online against others, every fraction of a second counts. And that's why we developed gaming mode. Previously, gaming mode gave you the option of blocking notifications when you were in a game. This time, we've gone further. Now, games will launch faster while data and processing power for the game you are playing is prioritized. It does so by automatically limiting all background processes instead of having them use up any of that CPU or network power that you need. We don't want you getting wiped out because your device isn't up to the job. I often play PUBG with gaming mode on in hopes of improving my chances for that chicken dinner. Now, let's look at the camera. Camera is one of the most used features on a smartphone, and it has always been an important focus area for us. There's a few things in particular that I want to call out. First, the issue of taking pictures in low light conditions. With OIS, if the camera moves, it physically moves the lenses to compensate for that movement. That means it's especially effective at night when the camera needs greater stability for better exposure. The OnePlus 6 main camera has 16 megapixels, which means it's capable of capturing a lot of detail. But going for that high pixel count can have negative effect on the camera's performance in low light. That's because increasing the pixel count over the same sensor area means reducing the size of the pixels themselves. And you need those larger pixels if you want to take good and detailed photos in dark environments. Our solution was to increase the size of the sensor by 19% to 1.22 microns, bringing more light into the sensor and therefore capturing more detail with less noise. Okay, so that's what we've done to improve the low light image quality. Now, we come to portrait mode. And this has been a fan favorite ever since it launched with the OnePlus 5. And we've loved seeing the pictures you created using it. On the OnePlus 6, portrait mode is faster than ever before. Now, you no longer have to wait between taking a portrait and viewing it. In portrait mode, a secondary sensor allows the camera to calculate distance and therefore distinguish the foreground from the background. Being able to separate the two, portrait mode then drowns out the background and focuses on just the subject. But cameras are as much about fun as they are about precision. So for that reason, we've added great new range of effects like orbs, hearts, and stars, so you can add flair to your portraits too. A software update coming to the camera in a few weeks will also allow you to use portrait mode on the selfie camera as well. At 480 frames per second, OnePlus 6 is the only smartphone on the market that can shoot slow motion for this long at such a high frame rate. More effort has gone into devising, developing, and refining this phone than any previous model. It comes in 3 boldly designed variants that represent simplicity, comfort, and quality. It has state-of-the-art hardware performance and power efficiency, and software optimized to perform better than ever before. The camera is now equipped with OIS for improved low-light performance, new portrait mode features, and slow motion. All these elements come together to create what we believe a fast and smooth experience should be. We're proud to tell you that the OnePlus 6 will start at £469, €519, and $529. You can buy it online on OnePlus.com or via any of our partners.